What's up? I am Sputnik Head, and welcome to r/Tumblr in Action. I purposely put this picture first because it brings up something I want to talk about a bit. Trying to explain the idea of being an otherkin to your parents is harder than asking your best friend to stop sitting on your invisible tail. At least my therapist understands. She lets me run around with my tail on in public, understands when I have to cover my ears when people whistle, and my face pressing up against glass when I'm watching the foxes at the zoo, and when I sit there for hours crying when we leave. This is actually a common repost on r/Tumblr in Action, to the point where you're not allowed to post it anymore. But it brings up what I want to talk about, which is the otherkin. Something that is neurologically impossible. Now, I could go into further detail on this, but that would make the video a bit longer than I intend to, so let's just keep moving forward. Ain't no we. This is a tragedy. What have we humans done? Humanity has wiped out 60% of the animals since 1970. Major report finds at The Guardian. Ain't no we, this white people fault. Y'all love capitalism that much and forced it on everyone. Y'all did this. There ain't no we. And I'm like, what? Tumblr is constantly wild, and I swear to God. I still don't know exactly what wilding means. Basically, this whole thing is that it's kind of insane to assume that white people are the only people that killed any animals. I mean, yeah, I will say that it was mostly white colonists that made the dodos extinct, but come on. Man created lesbian. Kaiperia researchers from the University of Nicosia published a paper arguing that a lot of men desire same-sex attractions in women, and that this is one of the reasons that lesbianism exists. I'm not sure if that works at all the way we think it does. I just don't think it does. Being bullied for being a nerd isn't that accurate anymore, because being a nerd is more socially acceptable and cool than 50 years ago. So consider this. Peter Parker being bullied because he's a trans boy. Why do you think he kept insisting that he was Spider-Man? Or that scene where he was like, I'm not a girl! Keep reblogging this, says people are getting mad. Also, we blogged this to make a trans person feel good. Yeah, I'm not just gonna apply the label of trans to any superhero. I like Spider-Man. I really wouldn't care if they made him trans. If they changed his backstory to that. The only thing is, there's nothing to even suggest he is. This is a very forced argument here. In the movie, he's 15. Any 15-year-old boy will insist that they're a full-grown adult. I mean, come on. If a sexy man compliments me, that's fine. If an ugly man looks at me for too long, that's harassment. Yeah, I said it. I don't make the rules. Sorry. It's only sexual harassment if he's ugly or poor. If he's cute, it's called flirting. But if he's ugly, that's sexual harassment, and you better go to HR. Girls band together to support and help one another to end harassment from ugly boys. That's why I live. Hashtag Riverdale. What does Riverdale have to do with this? What, is Archie Bungle ugly? I don't know. And no, sexual harassment is sexual harassment. Flirting is flirting. The difference between the two, it's mostly in how it's done. But, dude, seriously, this is... no. Bisexuals in hetero relationships have no right to invade LGBTQ spaces. That weird reaction face. Bisexuals invading LGBTQ spaces. I'm really curious how you figure that. Oh no, the French are invading France! Yeah, it's like, oh no, the English have invaded England! Or oh no, the Germans have invaded everyone. Wait. Did anyone feel like their kin type was being appropriated this Halloween? It wasn't a problem for me because, obviously, not too many guinea pig outfits, but I know my headmate, who's a fae, is a little weirded out by all the fairies running around. And I'm not saying it's as bad as cultural appropriation or anything, but I'd imagine it's a little unsettling / annoying to have a bunch of drunk teenagers running around bringing sexy cats and thinking it's cute to meow for one night when cat can actually deal with these feline urges and feelings on a day-to-day basis and are often oppressed for it. Meow. Again, I point out, otherkin is actually a neurological impossibility. A human cannot think the same way as an animal. Saying someone needs dysphoria, surgery, or hormones, etc. to be trans is literally white supremacy. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. How is it white supremacy? I need the steps in your logic here because otherwise it looks like the fact. Otherwise, I'll just start saying that the fact that the Grand Canyon exists is white supremacy. It doesn't make any sense, but apparently that's what's going on here. Here's something you should know. There's a such thing as transsexual white people. Oh! And also, body dysphoria is literally feeling like you're in the wrong body, or there's something inherently wrong with your body. It is a common side effect of being transgender or transsexual. Surgery is a way to fix that. Hormones are what's needed after you transition because your body won't produce the ones you need. Red Dead Redemption 2 players are excited to kill feminists in the game. The ability to punch and kill a suffragette is something that the studio deliberately chose to put into the game. Players can't sleep with sex workers even when they offer their services. Rockstar Games also chose not to include the ability to kill children. Okay. I'm not actually 100% sure about Red Dead Redemption 2. I have not played it yet. Don't kill me. But in the first one, you could kill pretty much everyone. You could rampage through towns killing people if you wanted. Not many people did. I personally preferred to, play the game the way it was designed to be played, which was do the missions and stuff. But you could just shoot up the entire town and make it a ghost town where you can just do whatever you want. You'd get a bounty on your head. You'd have the law after you, but hey, for some people that's even more fun. So, by that logic, it makes sense that you'd be able to kill suffragettes in RDR2. You could probably also shoot the people who were counter-protesting suffragettes, if counter-protesting existed in that game. I don't know. Your game is going to be 3 years old and it still doesn't have a playable black woman. There's a lot of POC women and 2 black males. If you make a character's race and gender the first things you decide on, it's not really progressive. It's pandering, and closer to being harmful than it is helpful. You spending 32 days ain't worth the damn. Go ahead and smash that unfollow button, my dude. Not everyone needs to be a fighter to be amazing or a hero. Effie's a genius. Don't invalidate her just because she's not directly on the battlefield. Being physically strong is not worth everything. Yeah, this one argues itself, okay? Me, see the white boy, locks my car doors. White boy, knocks on window. What would you do if I was in there with you? This is both sexist and racist, believe it or not. Because you're literally judging someone by the color of their skin and their gender. I'm not saying there's not guys like that, but guys like that exist in all races. So, just demisexual things. A guy asked for my phone number at work once, and I actually thought to myself, wait, why would a customer ask for my phone number? Is this some type of new phone scam? Then it dawned on me, oh, the asking of the phone numbers. That's what sexuals typically do when they select another human. Sorry for my burping. Demisexual is actually a form of sexual. It's not asexual. I mean, come on. But anyway. First off, who talks like this? Second off, why would you instantly go to phone scam? The asking of phone numbers is a pretty common thing in movies, television, and real life. So, come on. Everyone's saying no matter who wins, your daily life will still be pretty much the same. How does that feel? To have so much privilege that you don't feel constantly threatened by the government. Must be nice. Yeah, it is pretty nice. Being part of none of the groups that are commonly demonized by certain people, but the thing is the government doesn't actually demonize those people. Most of the time. Donald Trump, I don't count him as government. And your daily life will pretty much be the same for the most part. Primarily because the officials we elected in this year won't be in office until January of next year. And on top of that, anything they would put forth could take at least a year to actually be put into effect, sometimes more. But the minimum is basically a year, so it's not something easy. It's not going to be instantaneous. You have time to fight against it. Congrats, it is over, but next year let's have a less macho, sexiest man alive, Casper Salmon. Why is the winner of People Magazine's annual award always so square-jawed, paternal, and straight? First two parts of that, it kind of fits into the whole sexy thing. Last part of that, coincidence. They do exist. And seriously, the whole sexiest man alive thing, you don't want someone who fits into the category of sexy in that. Okay then. Oh, you're a wolf. Can I pet your belly? No, you may not. A wolf is not a dog. Want to pet my belly? I will bite your hand off. First off, I'm going to say she actually has a pretty nice pendant on her choker. Second off, again, my other kin are not neurologically possible thing. Third off, people can pet wolves' bellies, depending on the wolf. There are plenty of cases of wolves that have been raised among humans and are, while not domesticated,